Okay. All right, so just hear me out. So I know I got this 511 LVC 10 bag a couple months ago to replace this other 511 bag, a Moab 10, which is now my ammo carrier because it actually perfectly fits two Apache 1800 cases from Harbor Freight. But this thing is almost perfect except for a couple of small gripes I have. So the strap, the carry strap, is a lot longer than the Moab 10 strap, which means that when I hang it off an edge of a table, if the table's low enough, the strap will drag on the floor. But the nice thing is, since it has grab handles on three sides, 1, 2, and 3, I'm able to actually tuck this in. But it kind of causes the carry distribution of this to be held a little high. I could run it a little shorter, but I like to swap between shoulders sometimes. So another thing is, I originally had a 18-liter bag, went down to a 13 right here, and it's about just perfect for everything I need and nothing I don't. It doesn't have a lot of slack space in it, which is fine, but there still will be times where I want to carry something extra and I'll have to resort to this packable bag. This is a 10-liter packable from 511, and I've had to use this on a couple occasions, so I was kind of wishing that I could go for a different bag that had maybe a little more space. This also can't carry my laptop. But knowing my luck, I actually discovered a new bag. Vertex came out with a new line of bags called the Siege line. Vertex was another bag brand I was looking at when I was trying to look at replacing my Moab 10. And funnily enough, this one just released maybe a month or two after I bought the LVC. The main reason why I ended up snagging this one is because it is 15 liters, so it's 2 liters more. So it should be able to hold everything. It still has a water bottle holder. But the primary thing is it has loop internals, especially in the main area. And I also got some extras. But not only did I think the 2 extra liters will help, it's that they also have this front cargo area, which you release the straps, and it has this really big open pocket. They claim they'll hold a helmet. Which, holy shit, it does about eat that up. I could strap it down, but that's actually not bad. I wonder how bad it would compromise the interior volume, though, with bulging inward a bit. We'll have to see. The other thing I was interested about this bag is it looked like it has a sleeve that will actually fit my Framework 13, which it does fairly well. Awesome. It also has a ballistic insert compatibility, but I'm not terribly interested in that. Maybe if only to give it a rigid shape. This foam back seems like it would be sufficient enough to hold it together. And then of course it has the conceal carry pouch, which is fully loop lined, except for the front. I guess the front isn't loop lined, but it doesn't continue all the way to the other side. So it looks like these are, yeah, so this side pocket ends at the end here, and this one ends at the top. So it's gonna be interesting to see how I can load this up. Oh, the sunglasses pouch too. So yeah, two extra liters, and it can carry my laptop. So this might be an actual upgrade. Also, this strap, totally reversible between left and right carry, and really padded back. This is really good. This strap isn't ridiculously long. I won't have to have a need to secure it at the bottom when it's hanging off a desk, and its overall length is slightly shorter than the LVC 10, not by much. This is almost perfect, but we will see how this other one works out. Let's start doing the transfer. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this spare bag. I don't know if I'll give it to a friend or something, but it is, honestly, it's a perfect size and fit for what I needed, but there was some occasions where I needed more carrying capacity, and I wanted to be able to carry my laptop without having to have a dedicated bag. So we'll see what kind of damage we can do in trying to load this up. Awesome, so that didn't take like an hour. Now the bag is kitted out, and I actually have a bag that will about near stand up on itself. Yeah, it'll stand on its own. Not bad. Might be a slight upgrade. I was able to transfer basically everything out of that old bag into this one. Some of the stuff came back outside because, of course, if there's Molly on the outside, I'm going to use it. So let's see how much this one weighs, though, compared to... This one can stand on its own, so... Actually, wait, this has my framework in it. Let's take that out. Loses a bit of support without that laptop. So 10 pounds, 15 ounces? So the LAVC 10, when I finished in the last video, that one was 11 pounds, 5 ounces. Although I did add a couple of things between that recording and unloading it. So this one weighing about the same, if not a little bit under. It's not bad at all. It kind of feels deceptively smaller, but it is wider. So I guess that's where it comes in. But it can fit the laptop now. I don't need to go over every single bit of kit that I have in here because it's almost everything from the last bag went into this one. Hopefully this one will turn out. I'll get the patches in, and if it doesn't, I'll report back, but just assume I will like this thing. Hell yeah. Got to love the presentation. Woo! I love seeing that ratchet mechanism. I just had to smell the plastic, but yeah, made out of the same stuff as the Nageline bottles, or however you pronounce that. I still see the seam line on it, but I mean, it's see-through. It's honestly not terrible compared to the old one. Like, don't get me wrong, I like transparent stuff. And the stubby as well. So, now this transparent one is really cool. Love that I got it. Got it loaded with bits now. And it's so cool.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. So I've been running this bag for the week now. Not much has changed on it, but I did. So I did put the LTT screwdriver up here, the ratcheting screwdriver, and the level in this corner pocket. I got a new windbreaker from 511 that tucks in its own pocket, and then I got a rigid clipboard thing, so if I carry paperwork but not the laptop, I'll have something to maintain its shape. But otherwise, running this for the past week for work, the weight distribution is decent, and this extra flap did come in handy at least once or twice, so I'm quite happy with the bag. And I also did get the patches in. Turned out good. So I just got out of watching Superman, the new one by James Gunn. It's actually pretty good. The first act was a little slow, but I was initially worried how they were going to deal with all the characters, all the superheroes and the villains, but all the actors were good. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, he kind of brought it a lot better than I thought he would. And the guy that they got playing Superman, I thought he did pretty well, especially when compared to Henry Cavill. David Cornswith, I think? Cornswet? I haven't seen him in much. I know he was in Twisters. Otherwise, overall, the pacing was good. James Gunn definitely can prove that he can make a decent superhero movie, especially with an old property like Superman. Kind of excited to see where they go next, because I know he's doing his own style universe, but they didn't cram hard like they did with Justice League. I'd put it up there with the Avengers, honestly, matching up with the way the MCU kind of tried to get everything rounded out, although obviously the Avengers, or Marvel as a whole, had pre-existing media before then. But we're all familiar with Superman. It is nice that they showed not tell some of his character quirks, although I'm not super 100% familiar with the comics. I'm wondering if that twist with his parents was always going to be a thing. But it's a good change of pace. CG was decent, the fights were good. Crypto coming in clutch, more than I thought he would as well. That damn dog. Not a perfect movie, but I think it was worth a watch. Can't wait to see what more James Gunn has in store.
Thank you.
Have a good one. I've had these targets for years now, getting close to 10 years, and I finally got around to getting sniper legs for them. I used to set them up on sawhorses and C-clamps. And then after time, I got some paper holders, and then I got lazy. Might get to ring some steel today. Yeah, so I replaced one of my target holders. It used to have a carriage bolt, then that got murdered. So yeah, this is what it looks like. The carriage bolt just got completely chewed through. This hook should now hold the target where the hole is, if I use the target. It's buried somewhere back here.
How you doing?
Howdy.
Just came to see what you were shooting.
You want to see it?
Yeah, definitely would love to see it.
So I put the new U notch on the PO1, not the compact, and I got it tightened up pretty quick. So I laser bore sighted it. That's not too bad. I got a flyer up here, but this is like what, 5-10 yards? But yeah, that's actually looking pretty. So now I swapped from the PO1 to the compact just to confirm last month's 0. And look at that. So this is the 1 mag grouping to confirm. Looks like both irons are ready to go. It's awesome. So today was a productive day. I was just working on my irons. I did add a U-notch also to my other CZ, so I needed to zero that out. And then I revisited the irons, the backup iron sights on my carbines, because I honestly couldn't remember if I laser bore sighted them and just left them as is, or if I actually bothered to get them tightened up. The Robinson XCR, which I did have a guy visit me and chit chat, which was awesome. The Robinson doesn't have any irons on it, but it is hitting in a consistent way, although it seems to open up a bit as the barrel gets warmer. I don't know if that's just me, but within about a mag, it seems to open up like, I don't know, 2 MOA, but it's a 9-inch barrel, only secured by like one screw to the receiver. My AR, on the other hand, is doing fine, both irons and the prism optic. So I just ended up zeroing off the 55 grain. I got sick and tired of that 77 grain, but it is awfully satisfying that I got the irons squared away on my carry pistols. Off the rest, they will hit the same spot every time. Now I just gotta get my practice down. I definitely can't hit the same way those pistols do from a rest, that's for sure. As they say, practice makes perfect, and my joints were feeling a bit better today, but still not a good enough excuse. I need to keep practicing at it. I just wish I had a closer place, because it takes me well over half an hour to get out here. Me trying to make a consistent fist-sized grouping at 10, 15 yards, that takes a bit of work. As they say, self-defense ranges happen in really tight quarters. What's the saying? 3 shots within 3 yards in under 3 seconds. If I could put a grouping inside of that range, then I guess I'll be okay.
Have a good day.
So that's Fantastic Four, first steps, which actually turned out pretty good when you compare it to the others. I will say Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby did quite a damn fine job. I feel like Marvel is doing quite awesome, especially considering how everything else has been going for them lately. Although, I still feel like Brave New World could have been better. I mean, Thunderbolts did fairly good as well, though. I wouldn't say it's the best Marvel film I've ever seen, either of them, but definitely feels like quite the improvement compared to times past. But I just got questions. Not even plot or lore, but like pregnancy in space? Or how do you get the whole planet of Earth to cooperate on anything? I do absolutely love the retro world building. The 50s and 60s aesthetic, the style. It's obviously a different universe. There was legitimately a couple moments, though, that I kind of forgot this was part of a greater MCU universe. I mean, let's be honest, they definitely try to force the notion of a shared universe too hard. It kind of takes away from good story and good writing, because they lean too hard on the existence of previous properties and other characters. I say that, and even though I did enjoy Thunderbolts, it is the result of all that came before it. Because it's the new Avengers, basically. And it's phase 5, out of all things. I do kind of want to see what's coming up next, Marvel-wise. I mean, they've kind of bounced back a hair bit. Not too much, though, because Ironheart didn't do too well. I don't know if there's any other Marvel films coming out the rest of the year, though. But yeah, Fantastic Four. Actually decent compared to the other attempts that they've made. I wouldn't say that Marvel's completely redeemed itself, but I would argue it's an improvement. I'm not even a comic super fan. It's just more of a general subjective feel. If anything, I'm glad I saw it, because it does have an air of freshness to it, but I will say that introducing such a prominent villain at the onset, but I guess they resolved that conflict pretty fast and handily, so it makes you wonder what Doctor Doom's place is going to be in all of it, because they did mention it. What was it, Comic-Con last year? That Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doctor Doom. But if he's set to appear in Avengers Doomsday, which I don't know if that's next year or the year after. They got some decent looking competition from James Gunn's new DC universe, though. So we'll see how that turns out. No regrets, though. Sorry, In-N-Out, your fries still kind of suck.